Two charged with stealing a generator after leading a Hamlet officer on chase, and New Hampshire firefighters aid in Hurricane Florence rescue efforts. That and more all coming your way on your Monday edition of Live at 5. Richmond County's Nightly News starts right now. Two men are facing theft charges following a chase with police late Wednesday night. Sergeant Robert Carlisle was patrolling the area around Rollins Avenue when he saw a Nissan Altima on the side of the road, according to a police report. When he got closer, the car pulled out and turned right onto NC 177 with the rear door still open. The report notes that Carlisle could see something lodged in the door but couldn't tell what it was. He caught up with the Altima near Oak Street and turned on his lights to make a traffic stop. Instead of pulling over, the driver allegedly accelerated between 75 and 80 miles per hour. Carlisle reportedly radioed in the tag number and said that the car wasn't stopping. Once they reached the US 74 bypass, the driver attempted to turn onto the westbound exit but was going too fast, ran off the road and down the embankment, hitting several trees before coming to a stop about 100 feet from the road, according to the report. When Carlisle got out of his patrol car and started making his way to the Altima, the driver, Kenneth Dale McDonald, allegedly climbed out of the passenger side window and took off running, leading the officer on a short foot chase. Carlisle chased him about 100 yards through the wooded area and caught him near the fence by the bypass, according to the report. The suspect was cuffed and walked back to the patrol car and turned over to another officer who had arrived on the scene. McDonald was charged by the NC Highway Patrol for having no operator's license, reckless driving, failure to maintain lane control, and failure to wear a seatbelt. The Hamlet Police Department charged him with misdemeanor larceny, resisting a police officer, fleeing to elude arrest with a motor vehicle, and failing to heed a light or siren. He was booked into the Richmond County Jail under a $5,000 secured bond. Nicholas McDonald was also charged with misdemeanor larceny as well as failure to wear a seatbelt in the front and given a $1,000 secured bond. A wall-breaking ceremony and dedication for the college's upcoming downtown campus was held earlier today. Dignitaries from Richmond Community College, the City of Rockingham, and Richmond County were joined by representatives of various boards, including the Levine Foundation and State Representative Kim Goodman and State Senator Tom McInnes, who helped secure funding for the project. Rockingham Mayor Steve Morris said the idea for a downtown campus sprang up after taking a tour of Hartsville, South Carolina, and seeing how Coker College had impacted the area. The building will be named after Kenneth and Claudia Robinette and house the Leon Levine School of Business, which officials say will expand the opportunities for students in Richmond County and across the PD region. Instead of golden shovels, the dignitaries hit the wall of the former Long's clothing store with a golden hammer. Construction on the new building is set to begin within the next few weeks and is hoping the building will open for classes in January of 2020. While Richmond County was spared the type of destruction experienced by other counties in North Carolina from Hurricane Florence, some first responders are doing what they can to help others. At noon on Thursday, the Hamlet Police Department began filling its enclosed traffic trailer with donated supplies. Although officers haven't determined where the supplies will be going yet, Captain Randy Dover said residents in Robeson County will more than likely be the recipients again. Scotland County, which is also dealing with flooding, is a possibility, but Dover said Robeson County is the main concern. Patrolman Matthew Lee lives about 2 miles from the Lumber River and said the conditions are worse than they were with Matthew. According to Lee, Robeson County officials said it would be another week before flood waters recede. Dover said the department is collecting water, canned goods, toiletries, baby wipes, diapers, flashlights, batteries, and other items to help those affected by the storm. By late Thursday afternoon, supplies have been placed in one corner of the trailer, including 2 bags of dog food, several cases of water, and rolls of paper towels. Dover said the department plans to deliver the trailer on October the 1st. Anyone with questions about donating is encouraged to call Dover at 910-995-6633. Although separated by 800 miles, two groups of firefighters formed a camaraderie in the midst of Hurricane Florence. A FEMA-credentialed Swiftwater task force comprised of firefighters from several departments in New Hampshire made the drive to Richmond County last week to work with Cordova Fire and Rescue. Although they weren't needed much in Richmond County last Sunday night, they did rescue more than 30 people from homes and cars in Laurinburg as the parts of the city began to flood. Jeremy Chance, deputy chief of the Cordova department, said they were on their way to the Emergency Operations Command when they received their mission. They were on their way to help evacuate a church, but Chance said a tree had fallen over and knocked power lines in the water, so they stopped there and another team came in from the back to get everyone to safety. Just before they were cleared at 2:30 a.m., they checked two submerged vehicles but found no occupants. There were also several water rescues in Richmond County, including one on a home on Pool Road, a rescue in Mangum, and one on Blewett Falls Road where a man from out of town was going fishing and got caught in rising waters on his way back home, according to Chance. He added that they were all successful and no one was injured. When we return, Matt Harrelson will be bringing you your Live at 5 weather report. It's coming up right after the break, so stay tuned.
At Kyocera, we see your company differently. We see your documents, how they're accessed, what it takes to keep them secure, and how well your workflow is flowing.
Kyocera helps your entire document infrastructure run more efficiently, securely, and cost-effectively.
And what we see is an opportunity to integrate all of it.
Hi, this is Christina with Richmond County Hospice. I'm with Julie and Holly, and we're here to talk about how wonderful Hayden Construction was during our recent pipe bursting and flooding in our building.
In 10 to 15 minutes they were here and they were already starting to work vacuuming up the water, trying to figure out where all the damage was, what all they needed to do.
They were so quick to get on the scene. They were here before I even arrived, and it was just reassuring to have them come in and take control.
We are so thankful that they were here to help us that day.
At Richmond County Hospice, we strive to provide high-quality care to our patients and their families. Whether it's the incredible hospitality at the Haven House or from the comfort of your own home, you can count on Hospice to be there for you. We also offer monthly grief support groups, and our chaplain will be there to hold your hand in prayer. Through our amazing staff and our volunteers, Hospice has made difficult times easier for our community. Call the number on your screen if you feel that you or your loved one may benefit from our services. Richmond County Hospice. Peace, comfort, dignity.
Today's Live at 5 weather report is brought to you by Medical Center Pharmacy. And as we take a look at the map behind us, the weather tomorrow should be a little sunnier than it's been today. Been kind of overcast and cloudy. But nonetheless, looking at the map, down in Wilmington for tomorrow, a high of 83, a high of 86 up in New Bern, and just north of that, a high of 85 in Greenville. If you're heading towards the Raleigh area, you can expect a high of 83 there for tomorrow. Right here in the Sand Hills area, a high of 84 in Southern Pines, high of 87 in Rockingham, and a high of 87 in Laurinburg. Heading towards the western part of the state, over in Charlotte, a high of 84. The temperature is going to drop for Greensboro, which will have a high of 82 for tomorrow, and 2 degrees below that will be Hickory for tomorrow with a high of 80. But as you can see, plenty of sunshine to go around throughout North and South Carolina. As we take a look at the 5-day weather forecast for tomorrow on Tuesday, no chance of rain as we sit right now. A few clouds popping up, but should be a beautiful day with, again, a high of 87, low of 69. However, as we get further into the week on Wednesday, a 50% chance of thunderstorms expected with a high of 88, a low of 71. More rain is to come as we get further into the week. Again, on Thursday, a 70% chance of rain that day, with a high of 83, low of 71. Now, as we get into this upcoming weekend, more rain is in the forecast with a 50% chance on Friday, high of 82, low of 68. And in case you thought it was going away for your weekend plans, on Saturday, more rain expected, 30% chance that day with a high of 82 and a low of 67. So the temperature is going to stay in the 80s and get all the way down to the lower 80s as we get into next weekend. And it's going to be relatively cool at night and early in the morning. But make sure to have your umbrella and rain boots or a pink rain jacket ready for the upcoming week. And that's going to do it for your Live at 5 weather report. When we return, Richmond Athletics return after nearly a 2-week break from Florence. And Richmond's Alex Anderson verbally commits to play for Johns Hopkins baseball. Sierra has more when we return.
McNair Auto Sales is the place to buy your pre-owned car, truck, or van. To be the best, it takes big selection, friendly staff, and great pricing. We guarantee a no-hassle buying experience, and financing is available right on site. So come see us today. We're located at 1026 East Broad Avenue in Rockingham. And remember, with over 40 years of experience, you know McNair is the name you can trust.
Willow Tree Antiques and Gifts is all about rustic home decor and gifts. You will always find a variety of unique antiques, vintage, and new items in our shop. Come and see our selection of housewarming, new baby, and wedding gifts. For the man in your life, we have many collectibles, Boker knives, and leather. And ladies love the jewelry, purses, candles, hats, and t-shirts. We also offer a 30-day layaway program. Come and experience shopping at Willow Tree Antiques and Gifts.
After nearly 2 weeks off due to Hurricane Florence, Richmond Senior High School athletics are back. Richmond teams haven't played a competitive game or match in 12 days, but all 6 fall sports programs are back at it this week, with several making up lost time with more games than usual. Richmond students have been back in the classroom since last Wednesday, but surrounding Sand Hills athletic conference schools such as Lumberton and Purnell Sweat High Schools were out all of last week due to continued recovery efforts from the storm. Robeson County schools will still be out the entire week, but will be allowed to participate in athletic events if its schools have their athletes meet the North Carolina High School Athletic Association's practice requirements to return to play. The same goes for Scotland County schools, which announced Sunday its students won't return until October the 1st. During the last 3 school days, Raider student athletes have been able to practice in preparation for return to play, which is slated to start on Tuesday. In an attempt to try and make up for lost time, many of Richmond's programs will play either 3 or 4 matches. Ashley Larson's Lady Raiders volleyball team will play 4 matches this week, as will Mike Way's Lady Raider tennis team. Per NCHSAA rules, 4 matches can be played in a week if one falls on Saturday. The Richmond soccer team, coached by Chris Larson, will play in 3 matches, while the cross-country, golf, and football programs will all have 1 event this week. As noted in the previous RO Sports article, head coach Brian Teal's football team is still waiting for an NCHSAA ruling on whether or not it will extend the season by a week to allow for its missed SAC game against Purnell Sweat. For a full rundown of the Richmond athletics schedule, visit richmondobserver.com and click on sports. For over a year, it's been a goal of Alex Anderson's to attend a top-notch research university while being able to continue his baseball career. And all of those dreams came to fruition for the Richmond Senior High School senior earlier this month. As first reported by RO Sports last Thursday, Anderson made his verbal commitment to play baseball for Johns Hopkins University in Baltimore, Maryland. Noted as the country's first research university, Johns Hopkins is comprised of 9 different schools with over 260 programs dedicated to medicine, engineering, business, and education. Knowing that he wants to pursue a career in medicine, Anderson's journey to JHU started last October when he scored a 34 on the ACT, 2 points away from a perfect score. He retook the test this past spring and improved his score to a 35. Currently, Anderson is second in the Richmond graduating class of 2019 as he boasts a 4.7 GPA. He plans to enter the medical field, although currently he's undecided on which area he'd like to major in. And that's going to do it for today's edition of Live at 5. If you haven't already, be sure to download the Richmond Observer app for your iPhone and Android devices. For all the latest news in Richmond County, visit richmondobserver.com and be sure to listen to Good Morning Sand Hills Monday through Friday, 6:30 to 8:30 a.m. Thanks for watching Live at 5. Good night, Richmond County.